Boom.
Biddly bo. Yes, yo. Here we go. There ain't nobody down round here, yo. You know what time it is. Get that badger in and on and over here. We had to move back to get his greatness in. The clock watchers will be well aware that the Clout Chaser's back. Quick shit vid. I'm trying to get to 6,000 subscribers before the start of the season, guys. We're on 5,130 or something like that. So we're well off, but it's perhaps a little bit of an unrealistic task. But if you could subscribe, like, tell a friend to tell a friend to tell a friend to tell 10 men to tell 10 men. Sounds like an Alan Partridge joke. Would be much appreciated. I want to briefly just touch regarding the fixtures, because this has really frustrated some people, the fact that the games won't be live. You can't go see the games in Germany. It's unfortunate. Unfortunately, I don't really think you can trust the fan base in general. And if you live in Germany, somebody commented saying, "Oh, I live in Germany and I'm really frustrated that I can't go see the games." That's also unfortunate that you live in Germany. We're playing in Germany. You can't go see the games. But the Twitteroids and the people on Twitter that are just saying, just move the games. It's like, well, if you moved the games, then if you lived in Germany, you'd have to move out of Germany to go see the game anyway. So it just moves it somewhere else, doesn't it? We've got games in Sweden, got games in Ireland. It is what it is. I have zero problem with it, honestly. I think the Twitter laws are just trying to be righteous. Does Daniel Farke have any pull? This is doing my head in. So the mighty Sunderland and the mighty Burnley. It's obviously all come to fruition due to the fact that Diarra has gone to Sunderland. 28 million up front, I think, with at least 2 million worth of add-ons. Potentially, I think it can go up to 35 million or something. It's a club record for them. It's far too much money for me. Yet again, the 49ers unwilling to be bullied. It's got nothing to do with Farke's pulling power. You're not telling me that he's just desperately trying to play for Sunderland. We aren't desperate for any players. We haven't sold anybody yet. I don't want us blowing that amount of money on a player that potentially we haven't even offered, much game time. He's not chose Sunderland over us. Also, don't worry about any of the alleged journalists that come out and say that, Leeds have lied to us about the fact that he's never wanted to leave the club and all this, and it wasn't a Leeds thing. It's just he doesn't want to leave. Nobody has a Scooby-Doo what's going on until it's all over Twitter and it's on Sky Sports News. And there's about 2 people that could actually release the information that's guaranteed true. And even then, it can fall away. Granted, it popped up out of nowhere. They've sold Bellingham. They're losing players. We will be stronger than Sunderland and Burnley come the first game of the season. We already are stronger than them. People really do look with rose-tinted glasses. The irony is people think I look with rose-tinted glasses at Leeds United, and I definitely do to some extent, but I just look at what we're doing. I'm solely focused on what we're doing. I aren't bothered that Sunderland have picked up Diarra. If we'd have never mentioned Diarra, if it had never been on our books, on our, if we'd not been watching him, if we'd not allegedly put a bid in and had a bid rejected and all this stuff. And some people have come out and said that we matched their bid and he's chose Sunderland, and then they've had to retract the fact that they said that he matched their bid because there's no proof that we've matched the bid. Honestly, we're apparently in preliminary talks with Douglas Luiz, apparently. So, if we bring Douglas Luiz in, that's a no-brainer when it comes to Diarra, isn't it? It really is, as simple. It's not rocket science. It's as simple as the first player. Does he meet the needs of Farke? Does he meet, or more importantly, the needs of Parag? Is he going to come and do well at the club? Does he fancy it? What's the price like? What's the wage packet like? Does he have any real sell on? How old is he? All this stuff. We just go in order. You pick the players. They're all in the same pool. If it doesn't come off, you move on to the next one. Sunderland they haven't hijacked it. They've put in a ridiculous bid to go out and get him. We will not have wanted to sell. We will not have wanted to buy for £30 million. I aren't worried about it whatsoever. People online are really mentioning Harvey Elliott. I think he'll have a lot of suitors. I think we need to chill as biggins about this in general, to be fair, on the players that we can attract. I think he'll be going to a top club. He's been decent at Liverpool and played parts, and maybe a bit harsh to say a bit part. He's had quite quite a role, I don't want to say extensive role at Liverpool, but he's played enough games for him to warrant a big move, really. Obviously, he's doing well in under 21s or whatever. We move on. Don't worry about the club lying to us. We move on to Noah Sadiki. So everyone is now going crazy. We're apparently in for him, but so are Brentford. This is the nature of the Beast Boys. It shows what type of a market we're in. Do we want players that no one else gives a shit about? Obviously not. It's pretty important that well, it's not important to be looking in the same places as these, but it shows us where we are, where we're looking to be. If we're competing with teams like Brentford for players, again, Brentford might pick him up. Then you move on. You go to your second choice, your third choice, your fourth choice. You know, I know people are saying that it sort of undermines the 49ers' work and, like, you know, if we can't go out and get these players, but you're not top of the league. It's not Man City missing out on a player. Do you know what I mean? It's not. Fuck! I just dropped my phone. That's probably bollocks it. It's not Man City missing out on players, or Man United missing out on players. You know, where it becomes a bit of an embarrassment. We are just in the market for very similar teams. Come the first game of the season, we will all be excited. I truly do believe that the 49ers will get some work done this summer. They already are doing. We need to choose as battles as a fan base, I do believe, not just jump on everything and blame Farke immediately like it's got anything to do with Farke. It's a wild one. I'd have been up for Diarra. I thought it'd have been a good signing. You know, he's a central midfielder, can play more attackive, can play in the 8. Is what it is. We've got Tanaka, we've got Ampadu. Probably couldn't guarantee him a great deal of playing time. I think the wage packet's been ridiculous what Sunderland have offered him. Sunderland are going to go out and get what they can, and I actually think we're in a position where we can manoeuvre in the market a little bit. I think we're in quite a strong position, so I'm not worried about it. Apparently, Trafford is almost a certain for Newcastle, which reopens and reignites the Pope potentially moving again. The Pope, Nick the Pope. I know this has all been said before, and he said that he wants to stay and fight for his position, but he does only have a year on his contract left. We'd probably offer him a 3-year deal. Fingers crossed, Premier League club long term. Mint fan base. He's been at worse clubs, hasn't he? That's for sure. I go in and out of thinking that we're going to get Nick Pope, and then somebody talks to me and I think, oh shit, I actually think there's potential we could get Nick Pope. And then I go back to thinking, no, he's not going to want to do it. He's going to want to ride it out at Newcastle. But really, with a year left, he's 30-odd, 33 is he or something? 32. He's going to be looking for a final contract, really. You know, you would imagine. I know keepers can go up to 40, to be fair, but I'd just be gutted, really, if Trafford goes to Newcastle, because it means he'll actually be decent, and then I'll get pelters. We've just got to hope and pray that he, you know, does some absolute howlers. But, you know, Mr. Wainman, he's going to be all over me, you know, with the Trafford for England shit. And I'll be like, yeah, but until he plays in that number 10 role, nobody can give me shit about Trafford. So until we see him on that ball, no chance. Like, subscribe. Much love. Peace.
Boom.